Episode 2 of Earth of the Extinct. Dimetrodon is finding food, but the Ceratosaurus is also. But the Proceratosaurus as well. The Ceratosaurus takes it. But the Proceratosaurus does too. The Dimetrodon is too big for both of them. They both get tackled down. And the Dimetrodon gets the food. Herbivores were over here, migrating across the canyon to here, where the carnivores usually hide. But what they did not know is that the Spinosaurus was hiding in a plant. And this plant was known for having many herbivores coming here every single year during herbivore season. But the Spinosaurus had not eaten in so long that he is about to starve to death.
So he is going into the herbivore territory.
The herbivores have... One herbivore has already made it.
It's Brachiosaurus.
Stiggy, the Brachiosaurus.
And so has the Parasaurolophus, who is all the way over here, enjoying a big piece of mushroom.
Of big, lush mushrooms.
There's plenty of mushrooms from last year, since there was a ginormous mushroom growing here. The wind had ripped it apart and blew it across the island.
Seems as if the Brachiosaurus wants to stay at the canyon with a large chunk of mushroom so that his baby can eat.
Same with this Spinosaurus and her baby.
But they had a different piece of meat. They had a different piece that was enough for all of herbivore season
To
last all 4 of these for about 4 months.
which is the amount of seasons there is, which is the amount of weeks, months in herbivore season. This baby Brachiosaurus is eating.
The Stegosaurus wants to know if it can stay and eat as well.
That was up to the Spinosaurus and the Brachiosaurus, and they agreed.
To let
The
it
Ceratopsian family,
stay.
the Ceratopsian tribe, though, was going to go over to
The big plants at the corner.
because that is their favorite food.
A large plant. Another small Brachiosaurus has just joined into the tribe, asking if the big Brachiosaurus, if he can join. They will have to find another piece of mushroom. Luckily, they did.
The wind has blown it to them.
The kids get a smaller chunk than the adults do. They will get a larger piece. They have to mash it up for the babies, though.
Good thing the Brachiosaurus has such big feet that can do that.
But they have to pound this.
And the Stegosaurus uses its spikes on its tail to just mash up the food for the adults. Since simply it is too big to just take this whole entire bite. To take a whole entire bite of it. It has to be mashed up.
The food has been squashed for the babies.
And now it has to be squashed. It's being squashed, so it's mashed. Every herbivore's favorite part of a mushroom is it being mashed. Except the Parasaurolophus. It likes it just regular. Now that the mushroom is all mashed up, both.
Another piece of mushroom has blown into the area. The baby Spinosaurus is also trying to beat up some movement.
And the last blow happens to the adults. It is all smashed. It is ready to be eaten.
4 months of food is perfect for these little flies.
But back at the
Proceratosaurus.
Proceratosaurus and the Ceratosaurus. We will see them in a minute. First, let's check on the Spinosaurus.
Mystic Spinosaurus,
He is watching the Parasaurolophus.
waiting for it to just blow towards him. Another piece of mushroom somehow blows due to the cause of the very strong wind.
Looks like the hunt is coming back. It's a chase. But it is just not too fast for the Spinosaurus.
The small group of herbivores move to a new location, a better location for the babies to hide in.
And it has plenty of leaves for the Brachiosaurus to eat.
2 of the babies are still on their way. What they do not know is that the Ceratosaurus
and the Proceratosaurus
were sneaking up on them.
to take one. But the Panachosaurus knew and whacked them both. And made them hurry up and come where they were.
The 2 carnivores knew where they were hiding.
But they were so miserable that they couldn't even hunt. So they were just turned into scavengers.
Wait. They found the perfect spot for
finding food.
This place has been their main spot to dig and find food.
It is a perfect digging place, full of dirt.
Proceratosaurus has already started on his first piece.
Same as the Ceratosaurus.
They must dig a small much more to find a large meat piece.
Looks like the Ceratosaurus has done that.
It should not take the Proceratosaurus that long, using his distinctive feet to dig up in his large
There's so many pieces.
talon-like teeth to
The
dig.
Ceratosaurus has just scavenged even more and found even more food. Then the Brachiosaurus has even dug.
They have found many pieces of food within the last dinosaur hour.
Looks like the Ceratosaurus does not want to be a scavenger and wants to hunt. But it just found food for the Ceratosaurus, the Proceratosaurus, to find. So it is looking for food to find by itself.
The larger herbivores were sleeping, but the babies were not. They take all 3 babies, start feeding on them like they are awesome stuff.
Because they are.
To them.
This is Carl, the Ceratosaurus, also.
and Sarah's Ceratosaurus.
Sarah is a female, and Carl is a boy. Is a male. Sarah has learned to take care of Carl and is now becoming a hunter than a scavenger.
They left the remaining meats at the grown herbivores,
To look like they were sleeping.
but they were actually
Ambush.
torn up and ambushed.
Now they had to go wash off at the lake.
The lake where the megalodon lived. They were just going to the shallow area.
Where the megalodon was.
Unfortunately for them, they had to risk their lives and go into the water to wash off. They risked their lives because Megalodon was very, very close to them.
They got out of the water just in time before he struck, knocking him out of the water.
Luckily, he knew how to flip himself back in. Somehow, when he jumps back in, he darts backwards.
And they go back.
The Dimetrodon was still feeding on the piece of meat he had stolen from the Brachiosaurus and the Ceratosaurus.
Looks like they want to rematch. Brachiosaurus is knocked down, and the baby Ceratosaurus runs away.
Dimetrodon picks up a small tree and throws it, but completely misses. Brachiosaurus jumps towards Dimetrodon, causing him to fall, slicing open Dimetrodon with his razor-sharp teeth and razor-sharp claws, causing him to halfway die. But they still wanted to eat their scavenged food. They spent many days in human hours.
Even though the Ceratosaurus was gone, she still had the food. When she was done eating the food, she went looking for the Ceratosaurus.
She luckily found it after a few hours in the potato plants. They went back to their scavenged area,
But the Ceratosaurus did not want to go back.
so they stayed hidden.
But what they didn't know was that the Spinosaurus would come back. They thought he would stay in the herbivore area, but no.
They actually did not know that he was in the herbivore area. What he was doing now was dragging his
So they hid.
meal
Into the... Sarah gets found. and it's a chase. Luckily, they hide in some shrubs and don't get seen.
Spinosaurus suddenly finds them, but they both bite his jaw,
Breaking his jaw. Soon, he goes back to his home after after showing his pain. The Brachiosaurus and
The bite caused his chin to straighten out.
But they were already too far away to get found.
He came back and finished his meal with a broken jaw. They soon darted past Spinosaurus, grabbing their scavenged food. And then suddenly, there was a loud crashing sound. Bah! 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 It was thunder. They did not know that it would rain.
Later today.
It was raining in the area that they were in. Ceratosaurus was first getting sprayed.
And then Brachiosaurus.
Both of them were soon getting showered.
And then it stopped.
Turned off and then back on for 2 seconds. It was soon raining in the area that all the herbivores were in.
And the Spinosaurus.
Carnivores.
Everything was getting wet. And then it stopped and became light rain. And then it stopped.
Became light rain just in a small area.
It became right at the Spinosaurus when it happened. And then
Nice and soggy and muddy. Where the radises were. Brachiosaurus and the Ceratosaurus.
where the Ceratosaurs were.
Yeah.
Since Carl was just a baby, he would get much bigger when he was more mature. That means he'd be
The Spinosaurus was somehow not very wet.
since he was mostly water. Parasaurolophus was still alive and ran away.
Somehow, water healed the cuts and wounds.
Of the babies.
The herbivores have woken up.
The baby,
The babies were almost completely dead.
but alive. The Dimetrodon, though, that was still dead. It was ripped open and his guts were shot out, so it was dead.
That is it for the Spinosaurus. Thank you.